All right, manifesting abundance.
Yeah.
It's something I think we all think about,
Right.
especially when it comes to money.
Oh, absolutely.
You shared Dr. Joe Dispenza's interview with us
Yes.
from Lewis Howes School of Greatness YouTube channel,
Hmm.
and my mind is buzzing.
Yeah.
He doesn't just talk about manifesting, he brings the science,
He does.
like how our thoughts and feelings
Yeah.
can shape our reality.
It is wild.
Pretty wild.
Really wild.
It is.
What I think is so fascinating is how he breaks it down.
Yeah.
He makes these really complex concepts
Right.
digestible.
Yes.
For instance,
Yeah.
our beliefs about money,
Mm-hmm.
often things that we just inherit
Yes.
from our childhood.
Yes.
They become self-fulfilling prophecies.
It's true.
Like, we really do create
Yeah.
the reality.
We're like sponges when we're
Right.
little kids, just absorbing everything.
Totally.
And how many times did you hear, money doesn't grow on trees growing up?
Oh, yes. Like, it's hardwired
Yeah.
into our subconscious,
Yeah.
shaping our financial reality.
And that's where I think the
Yeah.
distinction between lack and abundance that he makes is so important.
Yeah.
It's not just positive thinking.
Mhm.
It's about looking at these subconscious programs
Yeah.
that are kind of running the show.
Okay. So instead of stressing about bills or
Yeah.
wishing we had more,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dispenza says we need to flip the script.
We do.
But how do we actually do that?
Well, he goes so much deeper than gratitude journals and affirmations.
Okay.
Right? It's not just that
Yeah.
surface level stuff.
Right.
He introduces the concept of the quantum field,
Okay.
which is this invisible field of energy where
Yeah.
all possibilities exist.
Okay.
It's kind of like, if you
Yeah.
can imagine like a giant cosmic library
Right.
of every potential outcome.
Okay.
And our thoughts and feelings
Yeah.
are like the search engine.
Yeah. That pulls specific realities.
We're refining our search.
Yes.
Okay.
You got it.
So how do we make sure we're manifesting abundance
Right.
and not attracting more lack?
That's where he gets really specific.
Okay.
He says you need a strong signal
Okay.
to manifest from this quantum field.
Mm.
And that signal, he says, comes from aligning two things.
Okay.
A coherent brain and a coherent heart.
Wait, a coherent heart. What does that even mean?
Which it sounds very poetic, doesn't it?
It does.
But what he's talking about is a coherent heart doesn't just mean feeling good.
Okay.
He's talking about the heart's electromagnetic field.
Oh, wow.
It's measurable.
Yeah.
It becomes more organized and more powerful.
Okay.
And it actually influences
Yeah.
our thoughts and actions.
So it's not just about positive thoughts.
No.
It's about cultivating those genuine feelings
Exactly.
like joy,
Mm-hmm.
gratitude,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's about getting our head and our heart on
Right.
the same page.
sending out a unified signal.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it also sounds
It's a big shift.
like a pretty big shift.
Right.
And if we're being honest,
Yeah.
it could feel kind of overwhelming to
Yeah.
rewire those beliefs,
Yeah.
those emotional patterns
You're absolutely right.
on our own.
It can be a challenging journey.
Yeah.
Speaking of rewiring those neural pathways and
Yeah.
creating lasting change,
Yeah.
there's this resource that I think might be helpful for our listeners.
All right.
Have you heard of the billionaire mind wave?
Oh, yes. You mentioned that you were exploring this.
I have.
What's your take so far?
It's fascinating.
Okay.
They really go deep into these concepts,
Mm-hmm.
practical techniques, and tools to help you align your thoughts,
Right.
your feelings, and actions with abundance.
That sounds right up our alley.
It is.
For anyone who's intrigued,
Yeah.
you can find a link to discover the billionaire mind wave
You got it.
in the description of this deep dive.
Exactly.
Now back to Dr. Dispenza.
Yes.
He emphasizes the importance of feeling the emotions
Yes.
associated with our desired future
Yes.
before it manifests.
Right.
So what's the science behind that?
He says it's about tricking the subconscious mind
Okay.
in a way
Right.
when we really imagine and feel the emotions
Mhm.
associated with abundance,
Right.
the joy, the freedom, the gratitude.
Yeah.
We're essentially creating this new neural pathway, a
Right.
new blueprint for our reality.
So instead of wishing for $1 million,
Yeah.
we need to feel
You got to feel it.
the feelings of having $1 million.
Yes.
Like really tap into it.
You got it.
Okay.
And when we practice this,
Yeah.
our subconscious starts to believe
Okay.
that this is our reality,
Right.
even if it hasn't manifested in the
Mm.
physical world yet.
That's a great analogy.
It is.
So we're sending out this powerful signal
Yeah.
from our coherent brain,
Right. Yeah.
coherent heart,
Uh-huh.
fueled by those emotions of
Yeah.
our desired future.
Right.
What happens next?
Well,
Does the money just magically appear in our bank account?
right. If only it were that easy.
Right.
But what Dr. Dispenza says is that this shift in energy
Yeah.
starts to attract opportunities and
Yeah.
synchronicities that align with our vision.
Those seemingly random events that
Yes.
just perfectly align
Sometimes
with our desires.
like the universe
Yeah.
conspires to help us
Yes.
reach our goals.
I love that.
Don't you?
I love that.
It's so
Have you experienced that in your own life?
Oh, absolutely.
Those moments where things just fall
Yes,
into
yeah.
place effortlessly,
all the time.
guided by an invisible hand.
And it's like, he ties this back to the quantum field.
Mm-hmm.
He says that when we raise our vibration, align with our desires,
Right.
we become more attuned to these opportunities.
Right.
They were always there,
Yeah.
but maybe we couldn't see them before.
It's like our perception shifts.
It does.
And we suddenly see those possibilities that were
Yeah.
previously invisible.
Powerful stuff.
Seriously powerful stuff.
It is.
But, shifting our mindset,
Mm-hmm.
rewiring our beliefs
Yeah.
can feel pretty daunting.
It can be.
Where do we even begin?
Well,
Yeah.
Dr. Dispenza says
Mm.
this journey is about becoming,
Right.
not just acquiring.
Okay.
So it's about transforming ourselves
Right.
into the kind of person who naturally attracts abundance.
Okay.
It's a process,
Yeah.
self-awareness,
Mm-hmm.
looking at those limiting beliefs
Right.
and consciously choosing new thoughts and behaviors.
So it's not just about manifesting a bigger bank account.
Right.
It's about becoming the most abundant version of ourselves.
I love that.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
He talks about worthiness,
Okay.
which can be a huge roadblock to abundance.
Right.
He says that a lot of people unconsciously block abundance
Right.
because they don't feel worthy.
Worthiness is such a tricky thing.
It is.
Have you ever felt blocked by that?
Absolutely.
How do we tackle that?
He encourages us to practice
Yeah.
self-love,
Okay.
gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
and focus on our strengths.
Okay.
It's about recognizing our inherent value,
Right.
shifting those beliefs that say,
Right.
I'm not good enough,
Right.
I don't deserve it.
Like reprogramming those old tapes.
Exactly.
Right.
That-
With the affirmations
Yes.
of worthiness
Yes.
and
Yes.
abundance.
We'll
Because
start there.
if we don't believe we deserve it,
Right.
we're going to
But block it.
unconsciously sabotage ourselves.
Yes,
That makes so much sense.
it does.
And there's always that question.
Yeah.
Does manifesting abundance require action?
right.
Or is simply visualizing and feeling enough?
That's a great question.
What are your thoughts?
He says the inner work is crucial.
Okay.
Right? That shifting our mindset,
Mm-hmm.
our beliefs.
Yeah.
But he also says aligning our actions
Okay.
with our intentions
Mm.
amplifies the process.
Okay.
So it's not just
It
an
needs a
automatic.
partnership
It is.
between our inner world and our outer world.
Yes.
We're not just dreaming it.
Hmm.
We're actively creating it.
We are co-creating.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's hard.
It's easy to fall back into old habits,
Yeah.
right?
Especially
when things get challenging.
for sure.
So how do we maintain the momentum?
He recommends things like daily meditation, affirmations,
Mm.
surrounding ourselves with supportive people,
Yeah.
people who uplift us,
Right.
inspire us.
It's about creating an environment that supports our abundance mindset.
Yes, it is.
This makes me wonder
Yeah,
if this billionaire mindwave program
I think so.
might offer some tools
Yeah.
and techniques for
Like,
this.
for staying on track.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think it would be worth exploring. You can find the link in the description of this deep dive.
Now
Yeah.
let's keep diving in.
Let's do it.
He talks about how when we start doing this inner work
Mm-hmm.
and we're facing our limiting beliefs,
Yes.
the discomfort
Yeah,
can be a powerful motivator.
it can.
What's your take on that?
It's so true.
Yeah.
I think, that discomfort is a sign of growth.
Okay.
It means we're stretching.
Right.
We're pushing past
Yeah.
those old limitations. It's
Yeah.
a necessary part of transformation.
Like growing pains
It is.
when we're trying to reach new heights.
Exactly.
When it comes to manifesting abundance,
Yeah.
there's always that question. How long is it going to take?
Right.
What's his perspective on that?
Oh, I love his perspective on this.
Okay.
He says that when we're operating from a place of lack,
Yeah.
time feels really slow,
That's so true.
doesn't it?
Yes.
Like we're wading through mud.
when we're constantly worrying about what we don't have,
Yeah.
time seems to crawl by.
Yes.
But when we shift into that state of abundance
It's like everything speeds up.
and alignment, time seems to accelerate.
Yes.
It's like we're in the flow
We are.
and things effortlessly fall into place.
Totally.
Like when we're fully present
Mm-hmm.
and in alignment with our purpose,
Yes.
time becomes irrelevant.
It does.
We're just enjoying the journey,
It's about the journey, not the destination.
trusting that everything is unfolding as it should.
I love that.
That brings us to another point he makes.
Yeah.
Self-regulation.
Yes.
He says if we can't regulate our emotional reactions,
So important.
our past
Yeah.
will continue to define our future.
It's true,
No,
because
no.
if we keep reacting,
We're trapped in a time loop
It-
of our own making.
we're just recreating the same patterns
Yes.
over and over again.
But when we learn to regulate our emotions,
We break free.
we break free from that cycle.
Yes.
This is where his work gets really interesting.
I know. Tell me about
He
it.
talks about putting people through challenges
He does.
during his events.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. I love this.
having them stand on a pole high in the air
It's crazy.
to practice self-regulation.
It's amazing, though.
I can barely handle a wobbly ladder.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not for the faint of heart.
Okay.
But it's not about creating this adrenaline rush.
Oh.
He's trying to teach them how to
Wow.
stay calm
Right.
and centered in the face of fear,
Right.
uncertainty.
Like a boot camp for the mind.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's giving them a real-world opportunity to
Yeah.
put their self-regulation to the test
He's taking it out of the theoretical. Right.
and putting it into practice.
Yeah.
He found that the people who can stay conscious
Yeah.
and regulate their emotions in those challenging moments
Yeah.
are the ones who see the biggest breakthroughs.
Because they're proving to themselves that they have the power to
Yeah.
choose their response.
Exactly.
Regardless of the external circumstances.
Exactly.
They're not victims of their
Like,
environment.
They are empowered creators.
100%.
They're empowered creators
of it.
of their own reality.
Yes.
And, he talks about this shift happening
I know. It's so
in the world right now
Mm-hmm.
where people are becoming more conscious.
Yes.
He calls it an energetic change.
It's like we're waking up.
It's like we're collectively waking up to a
Yeah.
new reality.
We
Are shedding those
Yeah.
old paradigms and beliefs
And realizing our power.
that no longer serve us.
Yeah.
Recognizing that we have the power
We do.
to create a new world
Yeah.
filled with abundance,
It gives me goosebumps.
peace,
Yeah.
and possibility.
It's amazing.
This is giving me goosebumps.
It is.
It feels like we're on the cusp of something truly extraordinary.
I think so.
But how do we ensure
Yeah.
that we're not just getting swept up in this excitement,
Right.
but actually integrating this shift into
Yeah.
our daily lives?
Well, he talks about the importance of having a clear intention
Right.
and an elevated emotion
Okay.
when we're working towards our goals.
Right.
He says that most people
Mm-hmm.
are stuck in this cycle of wanting and hoping,
Right.
which just reinforces that sense of
Yeah.
lack.
We're chasing something that
Yeah.
feels just out of reach.
Yeah.
Instead, he suggests
Yes.
we shift our focus
Yes.
from what we want
To who we need to become.
to who we need to become
Yeah.
to attract those desires,
Exactly.
embodying
Yeah.
the qualities and characteristics
Yes.
of the person we want to be.
Yeah. It's about the inner transformation.
That's a powerful shift
It is.
in perspective.
Yeah.
It's not about external achievements,
Yeah.
but about internal transformation,
It's about who we are.
becoming the most magnetic,
Yes.
abundant version
I love that.
of ourselves.
Yes.
And he says when we focus on becoming
Everything else falls into place.
the best version of ourselves,
Yes.
everything else falls into
See,
place.
it's cool.
Our energy changes, our relationships change,
Yeah. Yes.
and our ability to create abundance
Yeah.
expands exponentially.
It does.
It's like we're aligning ourselves
We are.
with a higher frequency,
Yeah.
and that attracts a
That's-
higher level of abundance
It
into
is.
our lives.
And he talks about this thing, which
Yeah.
is so fascinating.
Okay.
Remembering our future.
Wait, remembering our future.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what?
How is that possible? Does he have a time machine hidden in his lab? What's going on?
He says our brains don't know the difference
Okay.
between a real experience
Right.
and a vividly imagined experience.
Okay.
So when we create a strong emotional connection
Mm-hmm.
to our desired future,
Okay.
it's as if we're remembering it into existence.
Whoa, so it's like
Yeah,
planting a seed of our desired future
it is.
in our subconscious mind,
Yes.
nurturing it with imagery
Yeah.
and powerful emotions
Yes.
until it blossoms into reality.
I love that.
That's mind-blowing.
It is.
This sounds like it takes a lot of practice
It does.
and dedication.
It's a process.
It's not something that just happens overnight.
It's not a quick fix.
Right.
No, but the beauty is
Yeah.
anyone can do this.
Okay.
We all have the power
Yeah.
to change our beliefs,
Right.
to shift our energy,
Mm.
and to create
Yeah.
a more abundant life.
You know, it reminds me of something he said about
It's that.
the people who come to his events, the ones who see the most profound healing
Yes.
and transformation.
Mhm.
He says it's rarely about the healing itself,
I know.
but about the changes they make in their lives
Yes.
to become the kind of person who can heal.
It's about the inner shift.
It's that inner shift,
Right.
that willingness to let go of the old,
Absolutely.
embrace a new way of being,
Yes.
aligning our inner world with our outer world,
100%.
and becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts abundance.
Yes.
That's when things get really exciting.
It is.
We've covered so much ground already.
I know we have.
I'm excited to keep exploring these mind-bending ideas from Dr. Dispenza.
Let's do it.
Let's take a moment to digest all of this information.
Sounds good.
And when we come back,
Yes.
we'll continue our deep dive
Let's do it.
into the power
Yeah.
of remembering our future
Okay.
and how it can revolutionize our relationship with abundance.
Awesome. Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking about how,
Yeah.
deeply ingrained our beliefs about money can be.
Right.
And, often stemming from those childhood experiences.
It's like we inherit these financial blueprints,
Yeah, dude.
even if they're not serving us.
Yeah.
Dr. Dispenza doesn't just leave us hanging with those old patterns.
Right.
He offers a way to rewrite the script.
He does.
He talks about this fascinating research
Yes.
from Yale
Yeah.
that studied the electromagnetic fields
Mm-hmm.
around living organisms,
Yes.
like eggs.
Yes, eggs. I love this.
They bind.
Okay, so they found
Yeah.
that these organisms have a distinct electromagnetic field.
Okay.
Positive charge at one end, negative at the other.
Okay.
And Dispenza relates this to humans
Okay.
and says that our thoughts also have frequencies
Right.
and that they create electromagnetic fields within us.
Okay. So when we're focusing on lack,
Yes,
we're actually generating this energy field
we are.
that reinforces those feelings of scarcity.
Yes.
That's both fascinating
Isn't it?
and slightly terrifying.
It is a little scary.
It's a bit like we're broadcasting this signal
We are.
that says, repel abundance, more lack over here.
You got it.
And he says that that emotional energy
Mm-hmm.
associated with those thoughts,
Yeah.
it actually gets stored in our body,
Yeah, it does.
constricting our energy field.
Yeah, so we become this...
Instead of being a magnet for abundance,
right.
we're this closed-off energy system.
Right. Like a battery that's losing its charge.
Yeah.
You got it.
No wonder it feels impossible
I know.
to attract those big dreams when we're
Well,
operating from that space.
Totally.
But here's the exciting part.
Tell me.
Dr. Dispenza says
Yeah.
we can reverse this.
We can.
He talks about specific techniques
Yes.
that help draw that constricted energy
Yeah.
back up to the brain,
Back up to the
where it can be used to create a new reality.
Yes.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Okay.
What are these magical techniques?
Okay, so he goes into,
Yeah.
meditation, visualization practices,
Right.
and these are designed to move energy upward through the body.
Okay.
He even describes this process
Yeah.
as creating an orgasm of the mind.
Hold on.
I know.
I need to hear more
It's a little out there.
about this mind orgasm.
I know.
What is happening in the brain during these moments?
He says that as this energy surges upward,
Okay.
it stimulates the brain,
Okay.
and it can create these really intense feelings of joy,
Right.
ecstasy.
Okay.
He says it's not a physical orgasm,
Okay.
but it's a very powerful, energetic release
Right.
that can be profoundly transformative.
That sounds amazing.
It's pretty wild.
And you said it can also be healing.
It can.
How so?
As that energy moves up the spinal cord,
Yeah.
it interacts with the spinal nerves,
Okay.
releasing stagnant energy that
Right.
might be stored in those areas.
So it's not just about
That's whole
manifesting more money.
Yes.
It's about creating a more vibrant, magnetic version of ourselves.
You got it.
And as we practice these techniques
Mhm.
and cultivate a higher vibration,
Yeah.
we become magnets
Right, Mag?
for the things we desire.
Yes.
It's about shifting our entire being
Yes.
to resonate with abundance.
I love that.
But even with all the positive vibes and visualizations,
Yeah.
what about taking action?
Right.
Does simply remembering our future mean we sit back
No.
and wait for abundance to appear?
He's very clear about this.
Okay.
He says that inner work is essential,
Okay.
but aligning our actions with
Right.
our intentions
Right.
is crucial.
So it's a partnership
Big show.
between our inner world and our outer world.
Yes.
We're not just dreaming it.
Co-create.
We're actively creating it.
Yes.
But let's be real.
Let's be real.
Maintaining this high vibration
It's hard.
can be tough,
It is.
especially in a world
Yeah.
that often throws negativity our way.
All the time.
So how do we handle those moments
Yeah.
where we slip back
Right.
into old patterns?
He acknowledges that we're human.
Right.
We're going to have moments where
Yeah.
our emotions get the best of us.
It's not about being perfect.
No, it's about progress, not perfection.
It's about recognizing those moments
Yeah.
and shortening
Shortening the refractory period.
that refractory period.
Yes.
The time it takes to return
Yeah.
to that state of peace and alignment.
Like bouncing back quicker
Yeah.
every time we fall off the wagon.
Cultivating self-compassion,
Yes.
not beating ourselves up
Exactly.
when we have those moments of
Yes.
doubt.
It's okay to not be okay
By
sometimes.
negativity.
It's true.
We can simply acknowledge those thoughts,
Yeah.
forgive ourselves,
Yes.
and gently redirect our focus
Yeah.
back to our vision.
Back to the vision.
And the more we practice this self-regulation, the easier it becomes
It does.
to maintain that high vibration,
Totally. It's like building a muscle.
like strengthening a muscle.
You got it.
Now, here's a question I've always wondered about.
Okay, tell me.
When we're working on manifesting our dreams,
Yes.
is it helpful
Yeah.
or harmful
Yeah.
to share those goals with others?
He actually recommends keeping those intentions close to our hearts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially in the early stages.
Why have that?
He believes that talking about our dreams too much Yeah. can dissipate the energy
Okay.
before it's had a chance to take root.
It's like letting that creative energy leak out
It is.
before it can
Or
solidify.
it can really take hold.
It needs time to
Yeah.
grow and develop
Yeah,
in that safe,
Yeah.
nurturing space.
absolutely.
It's about cultivating that inner trust,
Yeah.
allowing the manifestation to unfold organically. Self-regulation. The easier it becomes
It does.
to maintain that high vibration,
Totally. It's like building a muscle.
like strengthening a muscle.
You got it.
Now, here's a question I've always wondered about.
Okay, tell me.
When we're working on manifesting our dreams,
Yes.
is it helpful
Yeah.
or harmful
Yeah.
to share those goals with others?
He actually recommends keeping those intentions close to our hearts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially in the early stages.
Why have that?
He believes that talking about our dreams too much
Yeah.
can dissipate the energy
Okay.
before it's had a chance to take root.
It's like letting that creative energy leak out
It is.
before it can
Or
solidify.
it can really take hold.
It needs time to
Yeah.
grow and develop
Yeah,
in that safe,
Yeah.
nurturing space.
absolutely.
It's about cultivating that inner trust,
Yeah.
allowing the manifestation to unfold organically
Yes.
without the need
Yes.
for external validation.
It's about owning it.
Sometimes we get so caught up
We do.
in seeking that approval
Yes.
or validation from others
I know.
before we fully believe in our own dreams.
Right. And he says that discomfort we feel
Mhm.
when we're facing those limiting beliefs
Yeah.
can be a powerful motivator.
Like that feeling of discomfort
Yes.
is a sign that we're
It's a sign that we're stretching on the
right
limits
track,
and growing.
that we're challenging those old patterns and
Yeah.
pushing ourselves to grow.
Totally.
It's a sign that we're breaking free from those
Yeah.
limitations
Yes.
and stepping into
Unknown terror.
unknown territory.
Yeah.
And within that discomfort
Yeah.
lies the potential
It does.
for immense growth
Yeah.
and transformation.
It's exciting.
So when it comes to
Yeah.
manifesting abundance,
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of us get caught up in the when.
Right.
How long is it going to take
Yeah.
for our desires
Yes.
to materialize?
What he says is that,
When we operate from a state of lack,
Mm-hmm.
time feels really slow.
It does.
like wading through molasses.
Yeah.
But when we shift into that state of abundance and alignment, time seems to accelerate.
We're surfing the waves of possibility.
Yes.
And everything falls into place.
With effortless ease.
Effortlessly.
They got it.
Those moments when we're fully engrossed
Yeah.
in something that we love, and time just seems to melt away.
It does.
We enter this state of flow.
We do.
Where everything just clicks.
Yes. And it's about
shifting out of that scarcity mindset and embracing the abundance.
the abundance that already exists.
That already exists within us.
Within us.
We're not separate from abundance.
We're swimming in it.
We're swimming in a sea of it.
Yes.
We just need to learn how to tap into it.
You got it.
And this brings us back
Yes.
to the importance of self-regulation.
It's so important. He says, if we can't regulate our emotional reactions, we're going to keep recreating.
We're going to keep recreating those same patterns.
The same patterns from the past, from our past.
Yeah.
Perpetuating that cycle of lack.
Totally.
If we want to create a new reality, we need to learn to master our emotions.
Yes.
It's like becoming the CEO of our inner world.
Yes.
And he talks about incorporating challenges into his events.
Yes. The pole.
Like having participants stand on a pole.
I know.
High in the air.
It's crazy.
To practice self-regulation.
In real time.
A pole high in the air.
I know.
That sounds terrifying.
It's wild.
I could barely handle a wobbly ladder.
I hear you.
What's the purpose of that?
He says it's not to induce fear.
Okay.
It's to teach people how to stay present.
Okay.
And regulate their emotions when faced with uncertainty.
So he's creating this controlled environment to help people.
To help them break through.
Break through those limiting beliefs.
You got it.
And step into their power.
Yes.
Wow,
it's a powerful experience.
An intense experience.
It is.
But I can see how that would be transformative. It's like taking those self-regulation skills from theory to practice.
Yeah, he's taking it out of the theoretical and putting it into practice.
Proving to ourselves that we can handle anything life throws at us.
Exactly.
And he's observed that the people who can stay composed and regulate their emotions in those moments are the ones who experience the most profound breakthroughs.
Yeah. Because they're proving to themselves.
That
they have the power.
They're not victims of circumstance, but empowered creators of their own reality.
That's so good.
That's inspiring.
It is.
He talks about this incredible shift happening in the world right now, this collective awakening
I love it.
to our power.
To our potential.
And potential.
Yes.
He calls it an energetic change.
It's like we're upgrading our operating system.
It's like we're collectively upgrading our operating system.
Yeah.
Shifting from a program of scarcity to a program of abundance.
It's so exciting.
We're accessing a higher level of consciousness.
I think so.
Recognizing that we're not limited by those old rules and beliefs.
We're breaking free.
We have the power to create a new world.
Yes.
Where abundance flows freely and everyone thrives.
I love that.
This is giving me goosebumps again.
I know. It's so cool.
But how do we ensure that we're not just getting swept up in the excitement, but actually integrating this shift into our daily lives?
He talks about the importance of having a clear intent.
And an elevated emotion when we're working towards our goals.
He says most people are trapped in this cycle of wanting and hoping. Which perpetuates that feeling of lack.
Yes, we're just chasing after something that feels just out of reach.
We're always chasing something that's just
out of reach.
Out of reach.
Yeah.
So he suggests we shift our focus
from what we want
to
who we need to become.
To attract those desires.
Yes.
It's not about external achievements, but
it's about the inner transformation.
Internal transformation.
Yeah.
Becoming the most magnetic, abundant version of ourselves.
It's about who we are.
And he says, when we prioritize,
everything else falls into place.
Becoming the best version of ourselves. Everything else falls into place.
Yeah, our energy shifts. Our
relationships transform.
Relationships change.
And our ability to attract abundance. Expands exponentially.
It's
like we're tuning
into
a higher frequency.
A radio station that broadcasts abundance.
I love that.
24/7.
Yes.
And speaking of aligning with a higher frequency, he introduces this mind-bending concept
Yeah.
of remembering our future.
It stretches our understanding.
Remembering our future.
I know. It's like,
how is that even possible?
what does that even mean?
Does he have a time machine?
Well, he says that our brains don't distinguish between a real experience and a vividly imagined experience. So when we create that strong emotional connection to our desired future, it's as if we're remembering it into existence.
It's like we're planting a seed of our desired future.
Yeah.
In our subconscious mind.
Yes.
Nurturing it with imagery.
With those powerful emotions.
And powerful emotions.
Yeah.
Until it blossoms.
I love that.
Into reality.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
It is.
It sounds like this takes a lot of practice.
It does.
And dedication.
Yeah, it's a process.
It's not something we can just...
It's not a quick fix.
Wish into existence overnight.
No.
But the beauty is... anyone can do it.
Anyone can do it.
Yeah, all possess the power.
We all have the power.
To change our beliefs.
To change our beliefs.
To shift our energy.
To shift our energy.
And to create a life. That truly reflects.
A life that we love.
Our deepest desire.
Exactly.
This is so inspiring.
It is.
It gives me hope.
Yeah.
That we can all break free.
We can
from those limiting beliefs.
Like free from the old stories.
And step into a reality. That aligns with our
highest potential. It's about recognizing. That we're not victims of circumstance.
We're not victims.
But powerful creators.
With
the ability
to shape our own destiny.
To shape our own destinies.
And that makes me think. If we truly embraced this power. And believed in our ability. To remember our future into existence. How would our lives transform?
What incredible possibilities would we unlock?
It's a powerful question.
That is a powerful question.
For all of us to ponder.
For us all to ponder.
And if you're feeling called to explore these concepts further. And accelerate your journey toward financial abundance. Remember to check out the Billionaire Mind Wave.
Yes, we'll include a link.
There's a link in the description. Of this deep dive for you to explore.
You got it.
Now let's take a moment.
To
integrate all this incredible information.
Sounds good.
And when we come back, we'll continue our exploration.
All right.
Of Dr. Dispenza's groundbreaking work.
I'm ready.
We're back and ready to keep unraveling this fascinating concept of remembering our future.
It's a mind bender.
It's like we're challenging everything we thought we knew about time, reality, and the power of our minds.
And what I love is Dr. Dispenza breaks it down in a way that makes it feel really accessible. And he emphasizes the importance of creating that coherent brain and coherent heart.
Okay, let's break that down again.
Yes.
What are the key elements?
So a coherent brain, he says, is about cultivating focused, clear thoughts. It's about quieting that mental chatter. Training our minds to stay fixed on what we desire. Instead of getting swept away by distractions or worries.
It's like we're decluttering our mental space. Creating a clear channel for our intentions to flow through.
100%.
And a coherent heart is about
cultivating those positive emotions that amplify our energy. Gratitude, joy, love, compassion. It's about shifting out of those lower vibrational states. Fear, anxiety, resentment.
That block abundance.
So it's not just about thinking positive thoughts.
It's about embodying it.
It's about generating those feelings in our body. Our heart becomes this powerful energy source.
It's like a battery
that fuels the manifestation process.
Exactly.
And when we combine
that magic happens.
A coherent brain with a coherent heart. We create this powerful,
like a magnet,
electromagnetic field that attracts our desires.
You got it.
Like we're sending out a signal to the universe saying, this is what I want.
This is what I'm aligned with. Okay, I'm feeling the good vibes already.
Me too.
But practically speaking, how do we cultivate this?
Well,
brain and heart coherence.
He recommends practices like meditation, visualization, gratitude exercises, things that can really help us train our minds and shift our emotional state to create that inner harmony.
Create that inner harmony.
Yeah.
And he also talks about the power of breath work.
Yes, breath work is so powerful.
Breath work, that's something I've been hearing a lot about.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's having a moment.
How does that tie into this?
Our breath is like a direct line to our nervous system.
Okay.
So when we consciously slow down and deepen our breath, we can activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps us relax and shift into a more coherent state.
I've definitely noticed that.
Yeah.
When I take those deep breaths.
That's like a reset button.
It's like an instant reset.
Yeah.
For my entire system.
You got it.
It helps me regulate those emotions and create that sense of inner peace.
Totally. And, beyond these practices, he talks about the importance of becoming aware of our unconscious patterns.
Our unconscious patterns.
And conditioning.
Yeah.
He says a lot of us are just operating on autopilot.
Yeah. We're running these old programs in the background that are shaping our reality.
Without even realizing it.
Without our consent.
Yeah.
So how do we break free?
It starts with awareness.
From that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to shine a light on those thoughts and feelings and behaviors that might be holding us back.
Okay.
Once we become aware of them, we can start to make different choices.
It's like upgrading our mental and emotional software.
Totally. It's like we're getting rid of that old operating system and putting in a new one.
Yeah.
Right.
It actually supports us.
That supports our growth and our abundance.
Exactly. And this is a process.
Right.
It's a journey.
It's a journey,
of transformation.
It's not always easy.
It's not.
But it's incredibly rewarding.
But it's worth it.
He shares those stories.
He does.
About people who've experienced these remarkable shifts
it's so insane.
In their lives.
It is.
Healing chronic illnesses, transforming their relationships, achieving financial freedom. It's a testament to the power that we all possess.
We all have it.
To create positive change.
Within us.
But there will be moments of doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
Moments where it feels like nothing's working.
Yeah.
And we're tempted to give up.
It'd be normal.
Those challenging moments are inevitable.
They are a part of the journey.
So how do we navigate those times when our motivation wanes?
He says it's about having a strong why.
Okay.
When we really understand what we want.
Yeah. And why it's important to us.
Yeah.
Why we're willing to put in the effort.
Right.
Why we deserve it.
Yeah.
That fuels our motivation.
It keeps us going.
Yeah, it's like an anchor.
That way it becomes our anchor.
Yeah.
Reminding us.
Keeping us grounded.
Why we embarked on this journey.
It's about remembering.
It's about remembering.
But you're not just doing this for a bigger bank account or a fancy car.
It's about that deeper fulfillment.
It is.
Joy, freedom.
It's about aligning.
Aligning with our true potential.
Yes.
Speaking of aligning with our true potential.
Okay.
And attracting financial abundance.
Yeah.
There's a resource we've mentioned.
We have.
That might be helpful.
Yes.
The Billionaire Mind Wave.
Yes.
You've been exploring this.
I have. And it's fantastic.
What can you tell us about it?
Well, it really delves deeper into the principles that Dr. Dispenza teaches, offering practical tools and techniques for rewiring those subconscious beliefs.
Yeah.
Cultivating a powerful mindset and attracting financial abundance.
It's like a roadmap.
It is.
For manifesting those big dreams.
You got it.
And for anyone who's intrigued, we've included a link.
Yes, in the description.
To discover the Billionaire Mind Wave.
Of this deep dive.
In the description of this deep dive.
Exact.
So as we wrap up our deep dive. Into Dr. Dispenza's incredible work.
I know, it's been such a great conversation.
It has been. What's the one key takeaway?
The one key takeaway?
You want our listeners to remember?
I think the most important thing to remember is we are not limited.
We are not limited.
By our circumstances.
By our circumstances.
By our past conditioning.
Yes.
We have the power.
We have the power.
To create a new reality for ourselves.
To create a new reality.
A reality filled with
abundance.
Joy. And fulfillment.
And all starts with.
It all starts with choosing to believe in ourselves.
Believing in ourselves.
And the infinite possibilities that await us.
It's a reminder that we're all capable.
We are.
Of creating extraordinary lives.
If we dare to.
If we dare to step outside those limitations.
Yes.
And embrace that